Hi, this is Mike from pawoodlands again. We just made our first talking video a short time ago. We're sitting around with nothing else to do, so we decided to make another video. So this video is going to be about our John Deere 110 TLB tractor loader backhoe. This is a commercial version. We bought this used. We bought it after we got the property, so we've had it for a couple of months probably. We have been taking out some tree stumps with it. We've been moving firewood with it. We've been moving stone with it and leveling some ground off and just removing some brush and stuff. It's very good for that. If you have this much property, we didn't know that we were going to need to get a backhoe. After we got the property, we decided that we needed to get a backhoe, so we did. So at any rate, I think we'll move the camera a little bit closer, and we will. I'll show you how the backhoe works. Okay, so this is how the backhoe operates. It's kind of difficult with the camera right there, so we'll kind of take it step by step. If we need to adjust, we'll kind of go as we can. So first of all, this is the key right here. This is the official John Deere key for the John Deere tractors. So the key goes in there. This is a diesel tractor, this has a manifold warmer on it. If you want to warm the manifold, you push it, and then you push this in, and it applies the heater. If you see right there, that's what this light is. It applies the heater to heat the manifold. Since it's warm out, we don't need that right now. So you got the key right here. You have the light. This puts it into flashers, and then there's work lights on the front and the back that this puts on. This runs the power takeoff for the back. I don't need that because I'm using the backhoe attachment. That's what we got it for. This here's the throttle. When you start the key, you throttle up. It does have a, you know, I don't know if you're going to use the word gas pedal, but it doesn't. It has a forward and reverse pedal. But this is how you control the engine speed. The reason why you have to control the engine speed when you're just not driving is if you're digging and you need more power for the bucket or more power for the backhoe, the more engine speed you have, the more hydraulic pressure you have, and the more pulling power or lifting power you have. So that's why this works independently. It just doesn't work like a car where you're pushing the gas pedal, and the more you go, the more you push, the faster you go. Because you need that sometimes when you're not moving, and that's why this is over here instead of on the pedal. This is the turn signal that right now on this machine does not work. It's broken. We have a new one. We're going to replace that. So maybe that's another video for another day. So this is the turn signal, which is frozen up. We have to get a new one. This is the control, the dashboard, if you will, with the engine speed, the hydraulic oil temperature, and the antifreeze temperature. And then you have your idiot lights. This tells you what parts of the machine are operating for the for the takeoff and the backhoe and all that. This is your bucket controller. It's a kind of a one joystick type setup. If you push this forward, it puts the bucket down. If you lift this back, it pushes the buckets up. If you turn it this way, it curls the bucket towards you. If you put it that way, it curls the bucket away from you. So fairly simple. These buttons here are for auxiliary hydraulics. If you have a grappling bucket and you have other attachment that you need to control, you can control that with these buttons. We don't have that. And then there's buttons down here that activate those buttons so you can use them. We don't have that, so we're not using it. We may get it at some point. These are your, I don't know if you can still see this or not. This is your forward pedal, and it does work. The more you push, the faster you go. So, you know, the more you push, the faster you go. This is reverse. It doesn't have a transmission that you shift to first or drive or reverse. If you want to go forward, you push that pedal. If you want to go reverse, you push that pedal. It does have a transmission with speed, and that's over here. You have A, neutral, B, and C. A is your torque, low speed, but a lot of torque. So if you're digging in a big pile, you put it in A, where you need a lot of torque to push the dirt forward. If you're kind of moving in between jobs, B is you're kind of usually in B, and C is you don't need a lot of torque, but you just want to go fast. Maybe you're driving some distance and you want to cover a lot of ground. This thing here is your four-wheel drive selector. Right now it's in the four-wheel drive position because we were slapping around in the mud earlier. This one thing with this tractor is you have to, the tractor has to be in the exact right position for the gauges to mesh. If you don't, it won't go. Right now, it will not go out of four-wheel drive because it's kind of the gears are kind of hitting on each other. So you need to move forward or backward a little bit, and then until everything lines up, and then it falls right in. If this is lined up right, this will fall right down. It doesn't now. I'm not going to force it because it doesn't want to go. This works the same way. See, this is lined up on the other hand. This is A, neutral, B, and C. So sometimes this button gets like this where it won't go. You need to move forward a little bit or backward, and it will drop right into gear. So I'm not going to mess with this until I start the machine and move it, and then we'll take that out of four-wheel drive because we don't need it anymore. The only thing of note to mention, there's a couple things that are kind of cool about this. The dashboard is also the gas tank. Well, this is kind of the dashboard. This is also the dashboard, but this whole section here is hollow because this is the gas tank. This is where you pour your diesel fuel in right there. This is the gas gauge for the diesel fuel, which right now is like illegible because it's been out in the sun. We have a replacement part for this. We'll put that on. Maybe we'll show that at some point. Maybe we won't. The only other thing I think to mention, well, there's two other things. There's a little pedal right down here. And if you get stuck and you're not in four-wheel drive, you can stick your heel on that and push that down, and that locks the back two wheels together so you have power to both the back wheels. It's called a differential lock. So that ties the back two wheels together so that at least the back two wheels are turning, not just one. And the only other thing to mention is the brake pedals. There's two brake pedals on this, and the reason why there's two brake pedals on this is because it's a left brake and a right brake. And it helps you steer the machine. If you have a lot of weight in the back and not so much in the front, and the front of the machine is very light and you don't have a lot of steering, you can steer with this. If you push on the left brake pedal, it will pull the machine around to the left so you don't have to touch the steering wheel. You could have the tires totally straight and you could be driving along and step on the left brake and the machine will go left, and you can step on the right brake and the machine will go right. So it helps you, it assists you in steering. If the machine's loaded down in certain ways, it's affecting the steering, then you can use the brakes to help you steer. Other than that, I think that's probably about it, at least for now. If there's other questions or anybody has any questions, you know. Oh, I got to show the backhoe push. I didn't even show the backhoe. So, to show the backhoe, we're going to start up. So, I'll start the machine up. We'll show the bucket. We'll show how I work the control here for the bucket for the loader. And then we'll try the backhoe. So right now I'm just going to start it. Give it a little bit more throttle. Now you make sure the bucket.
Loud.
Put the bucket up. Put the bucket down. Up. Hold over up. Over down. And bucket down. Okay, the cameraman just told me that the temperature light or something is flashing on the camera, so we're going to turn it off for a little bit. I think what we'll do is maybe we'll break this up into two parts. We'll do the next video. We'll show the backhoe portion of it. We'll start the tractor back up again. We'll show the backhoe portion of it, and I'll show how the levers and stuff work on the backhoe and what controls what cylinder and how to dig. Maybe we'll dig a tree stump out or something if we have a decent day. And I did that kind of when we were kind of playing around in our first video, or one of our first videos. We kind of played around with that, but I didn't talk. I was just trying to figure out how to use the thing. So now I know a little bit more about it. We'll do another video. That'll be part 2, and we'll do that on a different day, I guess. So I think that's it for now. We'll say goodbye and tune in again. We'll have another video for you very soon.